Hello everyone. Welcome back to the course of data structures using C language. This video is brought to you by Newton's Group of Institutions, Macherla. This is Arvind Egreddy from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about linked concepts in data structures and algorithms. Now let us see what is a linked list. A linked list is a dynamic data structure. A linked list, which is a collection of data in which each element contains the location of the next element. That is, each element will contain two parts. One is data part and the link part. It is nothing but collection of elements like arrays, stacks and queues. But this is not a static. So it is impossible to create a static linked list because there is no fixed size of a linked list. A linked list is always dynamic collection. So what is the advantage of linked list over array, stacks and queues? That we will see now. For example, consider an array which is consisting of few elements, say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, which is a linear data structure. Suppose if you like to insert a new data structure element, say 25 between 20 and 30 without replacing. So in the case of insertion without replacement, what we have to do is, here we have to shift all the elements. Since if we directly insert, the value 20 will be lost. So first we need to shift all the elements by one location and then we have to insert so that the 50 which will come here and 40 will come here, 30 will come here and 25 we can place at this position. So this is called inserting an element into an array. So here to shift the elements and insert an element at a particular location is time consuming. So accessing is very easy in arrays because it is an indexed base. But however, we try to insert an element or delete an element, then it will take lot of time because of shifting of elements. For suppose now, again if you try to delete an element 25, so here I am trying to delete an element to 25. Then again what we need to do? We need to shift all the elements. Of course, in this example we have 5 elements, but in real-time applications we may have thousands and lakhs of elements we will be storing. So instead of arrays, it is better to go for stacks and queues. And instead of stacks and queues, it is better to go for linked list. Because insertion and deletion are much faster in linked list when compared to that of array, stacks and queues. And right, see here, for example, how to insert the elements into linked list and how it becomes much faster, that we are going to see now. Generally, if you want to insert the elements into the linked list, the data will be stored in the form of nodes, where a node is nothing but a memory block. And how the memory block will be, we will see now. So how the elements will be stored in the linked list is, for example, if you want to store some of the elements like 10, 20, 30, 40, so all these will be stored as an individual blocks like this. So here there is no sequence order or linear data structure concept. Of course, the process goes in the linear form only, but storing is not in a side-by-side memory location. No consecutive memory location concept you can see here. For example, the first element memory block is at a memory location, say 2046. And next, Suppose that this particular memory block having the value 20, which is located address 50448. So this is connected, and how we are connecting all these things we will discuss now. We have different types of linked list: single linked list, double linked list, circular linked list, and all. So there, when we discuss about each individual, we will discuss more briefly. Here, suppose 5048, which is linked to 9002, and here suppose uh, 9042, and suppose 7052, which is linked to this particular 30. So 7052 is linked to 30, 9042 is linked to 20, and 5048 is linked to 10. So this is the link part. So this part what we see here is an link part. So now suppose if you want to insert the node between 20 and 30, then no need to disturb any node, because the nodes are not in a sequential memory location. They are at random memory locations. So using an expression or any formula, we cannot access the elements of the linked list directly. It is totally impossible. So here you have to travel from one node to another node until we get the intended node. So for example, if I want to insert an element, say 25, then we have to break this one, then we have to connect like this, and then we have to connect like this. So here the connection will be by breaking this link. We have to connect this link to this and this link to this. So then the new element will be inserted between 20 and 30. For that, no shifting of elements is required. So easily we can insert and delete the elements from the linked list. And this is the only advantage of linked list over the arrays. So why we go for linked list over arrays? The only reason is this. Now let us see how we are storing the nodes and how the memory we are allocating to the nodes and what is the structure of nodes. All that we will see now. So how the nodes structure will be? Generally, we have three types of linked list. One is a single linked list, double linked list, and third one is circular linked list. So in a single linked list, how the node type will be, and minimum it will have two fields, and this is what we call it as an node. So what is this and how we create a node in a program? Very simple. By using the user defined data type in C language, that is none other than structures concept, we are going to create the node. So see here the structure node, and have many things. How many things we have here? Sorry, we have two things. The first one is a data field, and if you take only one integer, then you will have only one data field. Suppose if you want to store the employee information like employee number, employee name, and employee salary, then here in the field part you will be having three fields. But this is the link field, and which is compulsory. So here the link field is which is compulsory, which is mandatory. So whatever the data field is no matter, but the link field is mandatory. So this is a pointer field. So how the node structure will be, all these things we will discuss when we come to single linked list concepts. Now coming to double linked list, here the node is having three fields. So in single linked list, node is having two fields. One is data field and the other is a link field. And in the double linked list, the node is having three fields. So Here, this is the data field. So here, this is the data field. This is the right link and this is the left link, L link, R link. And these two are which type? They are of pointer type. You can see clearly here we have written pointer. So they are of pointer type because it is holding the address, not the data. So this is a double linked list. Now coming to the circular linked list, this is also something which is similar to your double linked list. The node will be having three fields. Middle you will be having data field, and towards the right you have right link, and towards the left you have left link, L link and R link. So here variables what we are using, their variable names we can use, no matter, we can use any value. We can use the next instead of link we can say next, like that. So we are not bothered about what the variable name we are using, but the concept is more important. So here the logic may be different, but the implementation need to be same, and the implementation will be same. So different people may write the program with a different logic, but the implementation is same. So writing this logic is what we call it as an algorithm. So these are the three types of linked list. One is single linked list, double linked list, and a circular linked list. But in double linked list and circular linked list, we have three fields, whereas in a single linked list, we have two fields. Now, let us see how we are creating a node and how to allocate the memory dynamically. So in the program, how we create a node, all these things, let us see now. Now coming to how we can create a node in a single linked list. So creating a node in a single linked list. Before that, let us write the structure for the single linked list. So this is the first node, this is the second node, this is the third node, and this is the fourth node with the different memory locations, say 2046, 5048, 9042, and 7052. We have to create the structure. So the structure name we are giving it as a node. How many fields are there? So here we have two fields are there. What is the first field? It is the data field, and the second field is a link field. Suppose here the data is 10. Say suppose that we want to insert the data 10, which is an integer. So we write like this. So here to insert we write int data. See what is the second field? The second field is the link, which is what it will be holding. It will be holding the next address 5048. So this is pointing here. So here it is the second one, which is a link pointer. So can you say what is the type of the link? Can anyone say what is the type of the link? We know that in pointers we have typed pointers and untyped pointers. Here typed pointers means a pointer which is pointing to a specific type of data. For example, integer pointer pointing to the integer data. Floating pointer which points to the float data. Array pointer pointing to arrays. Structure pointer points to a structure. So here the pointer is pointing to the structure, which is an other node. So that node is nothing but it is a structure node. So here the pointer is pointing to the structure node. So pointer link is of what type? It is of a structure node type. So here the pointer link is of structure node type. So these are the two fields. First one is integer type field, and the second one is a link field of type structure node. So remaining, for example, if 20 will be stored here and 9042, so here it will be pointing here. 30 will be stored here and 7052, and now next one is 40. So in the last node, what we have to write? Because it is the last node. So here 40 will be placed and null. So here we write null. Can you say who is pointing to this first particular node? The first node, who will be pointing? So that first node we have to declare here. Struct node star root variable. Okay, so first of all, root will get the memory allocated. So here the root, we are allocating the memory. Can you say how many bytes of memory? Here root is a pointer type variable. So it will get either 2 bytes of memory or 4 bytes of memory depending on the compiler what we are using. For suppose if you are using a 16-bit compiler, pointer size is 2 bytes. If you are using a 32-bit compiler, the pointer size is 4 bytes. So here it will occupy either 2 bytes or 4 bytes memory. So here in the root, what value will be stored? How the memory will be allocated to the first node? Node creation or structure, which is okay, but dynamically how the memory will be allocated to this structure is most important. So already we have discussed how to allocate the memory to the structure in dynamic memory allocation concept in C programming language. So what is this method we are using is an malloc method, and we sometimes call it as an malloc method. So malloc method here we are going to use for dynamic memory allocation. So here it is a malloc, and in this arguments what we have to write. So what we have to pass? We have to pass how many bytes of memory it will occupy. That we have to pass. So here we have to pass how many bytes of memory. But we don't know, because here we don't know the size of the int, and also we don't know the size of the pointer, since it depends on the compiler. So directly we cannot mention the size as either 2 bytes or 4 bytes, because from compiler to compiler the size may vary. So it is better we use size of function. So here it is size of struct node. So directly node data type we are passing. So malloc function which allocates the memory. So can you say how many bytes? It will allocate only to the first node. So this is my first node. So it will allocate memory only to this first node. So can we collect this value directly? Of course, for the first time we can assign the value directly with the help of some temporary variables, and by using some more logic which is required to exactly assign the value to the root variable. So that we will discuss briefly when we discuss the topic of single linked list. As of now, directly we are assigning the value, which is not the correct way of assigning. So root is equal to, here we are converting into structure node pointer type. That is, we are doing the type casting. But we know that the malloc function which returns, the return type is void pointer, which is a generic pointer. So these concepts already we have discussed in the dynamic memory allocation concepts in C programming language. So here it is the malloc function which is returning the void pointer that we are collecting into the variable root. Here root is of type what? Here the root is of type struct node. So we are typecasting this void return type to struct node, because the root is struct node pointer type. So here we are converting this into struct node pointer. Here pointer is missing. So this is what we call it as a typecasting. So that 2046 will be stored here. So 2046 will be stored here into this root, so that it will be pointing here. So it will point there. So always we are maintaining the first node address into the root variable and remaining all the nodes connected to one another. That is what we call it as an linked list. So thank you very much. That's all for now. In the next class, we will discuss about what are the different operations what we can perform on the linked list. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please like my video and press the bell icon for the latest notifications. Thank you one and all.